What happens legally if your child is assaulted at school? My name is Kenneth Berger. I practice law in Columbia, South Carolina, and I made this video to answer the question for you and your family. When a student assaults another child, that might take a couple different forms. It might be physical assault in the form of fighting. It could also be verbal assault in the form of bullying, which of course we're starting to see more and more of in South Carolina and across the nation. The law in South Carolina says that in instances where one child assaults another, the school is liable if the school is grossly negligent. Now, what does that mean? Is it just a fancy legal term? Well, yeah, it's partly true, but what it really means is the school failed to exercise any care at all. For instance, let's say there's a PE teacher who takes a phone call on a cell phone outside the gym or locker room and leaves the children alone. And while the children are alone, one child decides to assault another. In that case, the teacher didn't exercise any care at all. The teacher wasn't present, and his or her absence allowed one child to be harmed. So in that kind of instance, the school may be liable for gross negligence. When teachers assault a child, we might end up suing the school district for what's known as negligent hiring. In other words, the teacher might not have been safe at the time of hire, may not have been trained, and might not have even been qualified. A lot of times the school district will say, well, there is no way for us to know, or this happened outside the course and scope of the teacher's employment with the school. But the fact is, in these instances, there are usually red flags, things that could have been found if the school not only trusted, but also verified. And if the district chooses not to verify that the teacher is in fact safe, puts them in contact with your child, and your child is harmed, the teacher along with that district may be liable. Now, I know this is a complex topic, but I'm glad to discuss it more with you and take the time to walk you through every individual step. Just know that if your child was hurt at school, we're here to help. You can call me for a free consultation. You can also request free copies of my books right here on the website. Please remember, you and your family are not alone. You don't have to take on the district or the teacher or their insurance companies by yourself, and we're here to help.